Is a lot of positivity in the market this morning. The S&P is currently trading above its all-time high. Overall, stocks are trending higher. Tesla is sitting kind of neutral, but we'll check all of that at the end of the show as always. Listen, Mickey Legg, LEGG at Benchmark raised his share price target for Tesla to 475 from 395 while keeping his rating at a buy. Of the 54 analysts surveyed by FactSet who cover Tesla, Legg is now behind only the prolific Dan Ives at Wedbush, who has a $500 price target on Tesla stock. Now, those targets compare with the stock's record close of 479.86, which in the intraday of 488, of course, famously. Legg acknowledges that Tesla is expected to report relatively weak second quarter deliveries in early July, but the company's electric car business is basically passé. While there is still room for EV sales to improve as new lower price models are introduced, that's not why he's so bullish. In our view, the company's undergoing an evolution from a trailblazing vehicle, original equipment manufacturer, to a high-tech automation and robotics company with unmatched domestic manufacturing scale. He wrote this in a note to clients on Thursday. Well, Tesla Chan has this morning, says breaking the estimated delivery dates for Tesla's Model S, 3, X, and Y, all of them. All four in the US have been changed to 6 to 8 weeks from 1 to 3 weeks. He says it's unusual to be changed in a batch like this. Is that a hint of something new? Could we be getting ready to the Model Q being rolled out? And so there's some slowdown in the ability to manufacture, and or has the robotaxi news created new interest in Model Ys and Model 3s and Model everythings? That's a very good possibility, as people who have some interest in the product now watching people being driven around without somebody in the driver's seat in all these YouTube videos, hundreds and hundreds of YouTube videos. And they've just released more invitations. So there's going to be more and more people going down to Austin to give it a try. This could be encouraging people to go out and get themselves this high-tech vehicle. Colorado News reports this morning. A major trade group representing General Motors, Toyota Motors, Volkswagen, Hyundai, and other automakers sharply criticize NHTSA. Wow. They criticize them for impeding progress and struggling to modernize their department. The fractured relationship with the industry's decades-old safety regulations and lack of a clear strategic roadmap for emerging technologies are stifling innovation and threatening U.S. global leadership, said the Alliance for Automotive. Innovation CEO Joe Bosella, in written testimony for a U.S. House of Representatives hearing on Thursday, called on the agency to conduct significant reforms, and listing dozens of regulatory standards that should be repealed, revised, or updated. NHTSA did not immediately respond. He reiterated industry calls to repeal automatic emergency braking rules and make it easier to deploy autonomous vehicles without human controls. Well, there you go. Unfortunately, federal inaction is holding us back. Despite years of dialogue, there's no comprehensive federal framework for AVs. Bozell said he's also calling for NHTSA to ease fuel economy requirements, of course. U.S. traffic deaths remain sharply above pre-COVID levels despite falling 3.8% in 2024, but are still dramatically higher than the number killed in 2019. NHTSA routinely fails to write regulations even when directed by Congress. I don't know. This would be the old NHTSA, but have they improved in 5 months? We'll see what happens. NHTSA is failing to meet the moment. In recent years, it has approached its job with a lack of urgency, using flawed methodologies, underestimating the safety benefits of obviously beneficial interventions, says David Harkey, IIHS president. He will testify, he says, this requires stronger leadership, a sense of urgency, and a greater willingness to act. Okay, this is from Heinrich Zane. He says Tesla Giga Semi is breaking news. For real, a watershed event, at least 20 GROB systems, large crates were staged down the street from Giga Semi, and I saw one heading towards the Tesla Semi high volume factory. So filling out the assembly lines has begun. Per Grok, GROB Systems is a German company specializing in advanced manufacturing solutions for EV production. This includes automated systems for producing components like stators, rotors, and complete electric motors. They also automate battery production and possibly robots for assembly lines. So let's go Semi. From Canary Media, whoever they are, the U.S. battery supply chain just got a little stronger. LG Energy Solutions, a division of the major Korean battery manufacturer, is now producing battery cells for grid-scale energy storage at a site in Holland, Michigan. The company spent $1.4 billion to expand the factory, which previously made electric vehicle batteries. At full capacity, the new lines will produce 16.5 gigawatt hours of lithium iron phosphate cells per year. It's a sizable portion of annual domestic demand for energy storage battery cells, said Noah Roberts, the vice president for energy storage at American Clean Power Association Trade Group, who toured the LG factory. I think we need longer and longer titles. Tuesday, it's a testament and demonstration of the industry's commitment to onshoring manufacturing and ramping it up in short order. The lithium, by the way, that's the one credit I give Joe Biden or somebody in the Biden administration over his term. The lithium iron phosphate chemistry, often abbreviated LFP, has grown increasingly popular for stationary storage and also for the cheaper EVs. It offers fire safety benefits, durability, and lower costs compared to typical electric vehicle chemistries at the expense of some energy density. All right, we know all that. As such, LG's investment is strengthening the U.S. clean energy supply chain, earning the famous red banner at the top. Oh, I'm sorry, that was the end of that story. Now then, earning the famous red banner at the top of the CNBC coverage this morning. Here it is. Chinese smartphone company Xiaomi is taking aim straight at rival Tesla with a new electric SUV. They're having the unveiling even as we speak, or at least as I speak. Xiaomi's luxury YU7 SUV will start at about 35,322, according to Lei Jun from Xiaomi, pointing out that the vehicle is 10,000 yuan cheaper than Tesla's Model Y, which starts at 10,000. Anyway, it's not a lot lower, but it is lower. And we talked about this the other day. AJ gave a kind of a quick review of it. It is a competitor, and it's going to be an important competitor, just like their their version of the Model 3. They're going straight at Tesla, which, okay. It broadens the total number of people that will be looking for that kind of product. And it gives Tesla something to become smarter at. This is Randy Kirk. Please hit like, please hit subscribe, please hit notify, please join Patreon, as Gary V did the other day. And then guess what? Edward H, he bought a Cybertruck bottle opener. Oh, it's fallen down. It's sitting over there and it's not standing up anymore. If you want to buy a Cybertruck bottle opener, just go down in the description below and it gives you all the details of how to do that. All right, new orders. Here we go. Now listen to this. Listen to this number. New orders for manufactured durable goods in May, up 5 of the last 6 months, increased to 48.3 billion, or 16.4% to 343 billion, according to the Census Bureau. Expectations were for a 7.5% jump, and it followed a 6.8% April decrease. So some of that would be offsetting, but man, that's more than offsetting. Excluding transportation, new orders increased only 0.5%. But excluding defense, no. Then you go back to the real, the refrigerators, they went up 15.5%. Transportation equipment also up 5 of the last six months, led the increase, 47.4 billion, or 48.3%. 48.3%. Shipments of manufactured durable goods in May up 6 consecutive months, increased 0.6 billion, or 0.2%. This follows a 0.3% April increase. So many points. All right, so that's good. Durable goods up. This is what we need to see. This is the category. This is the thing that can drive the next one of the things that can drive the next leg of the recovery, and probably why the S&P is at all-time highs this morning. In the week ended June 21st, the advanced figure for seasonally adjusted initial claims, unemployment claims, was 236,000, which is a decrease of 10,000 from the previous week and well below the 250,000 that was expected. This is really good news for the economy. Typically, it wouldn't be great news for bond prices, but bond yields are dropping this morning. So, we could get a really good economy and low inflation, which looks like is what's happening. The 4-week moving average was 245,000, a decrease of 750. And then the total number of continued weeks claims for benefits in all programs for the week was 1.84 million, and that was a decrease of 12,000 from the previous week. So all of that is outstanding news in terms of employment. We've got the VIX down to 16.49% this morning. That is a good number, starting to return to risk on. Trueflation ticked up a bit to 2.22. But you know what? I took a deep dive and I went through everything. I went through all the different categories. Only food and beverages and durables and household goods were up more than 2% that I could find, unless I missed something. And they were up in the 2.5, 2.6% range. So I'm not even sure how trueflation is getting to 2.22, but I'm certainly not sure why the Fed is worried. Nothing is moving up, and many categories were moving negative. We're talking about deflation compared to a year ago. And Trump is at 51% approval this morning. How now does this impact all the things in the market? Well, let's go ahead and take a look. We will start with Tesla. And Tesla has been running right at neutral this morning, currently down 0.25%. Maybe the Xiaomi information, although there's an awful lot of good news on the other side of the ledger. The Dow is up 0.66, the NASDAQ is up 0.59, and the S&P is up 0.58 at 6127. So exactly this precise moment, it is not above its all-time high, but it has been earlier above its all-time high. You got Apple down a little bit, down 0.86. The rest of the Mag 7 are all up. So yeah, all up pretty good. Everybody's up. Everybody's doing nicely except for Apple and Tesla. Okay, you've got the Cathie Woods are mixed this morning. Very, very mixed. Okay, let's go ahead and look at bonds. The bond market this morning. Okay, I've got all kinds of, gotta go. Here we go. The bonds are still down. Good. Down 2.2, down to 4.271. If we break below 4.25, I mean, really actually end up under 4.25 for the day, that would be really, really good. That would give me real hope that we're going down into the threes. You've got the oil market up a little bit this morning, but still at 66. Natural gas down to another 2% to 3.33. That's well off of the $4 that it was just recently. That's going to be great for inflation. All of this is great for inflation. Gold is down a little, 1720 this morning at 33.25. Silver is up though, 0.90 to 36,435. Copper also up 3%, crossing the $5 line to $5.07. Cut multiple articles out this morning about the energy, the need to build energy facilities. The world is getting it. Certainly everybody in AI is getting it. They need a lot of energy. And we'll be talking a lot more about that in coming weeks and months. The dollar is slipping a little bit on Fred's credibility. The euro nears a 4-year high. The dollar is now down about 10% for the year, but you got to remember it was way up. The Bitcoin down 126 at 107.6. And there you go. That is where we are on all those markets. Later today, Should be normal. Yeah, should be normal. It should have, well, I don't know. I don't know where these people are. Bradford Ferguson may or may not be in Austin. He may or may not be back home. I don't know. Same thing goes for Cern. I haven't talked to either of them yet this morning, but the plan would be to see Bradford at around 5:15 and to see Cern Basher at 7:45. We'll see if that turns out to be the truth. Last night, Brian Wang and I had a monumental, yes, it was, and you watched it. It's over 10,000 views, which for my channel is a very good number. If you didn't see the Brian Wang video last night, you definitely want to go check that one out. I'll put the card up here. And it is time to bid you adieu. So thank you so much for watching, and it's been great talking to you.